Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Jair Nirel, your hostess with the mostest. So basically, I'm leaving UNT again for the third time. Wait, the second time. And this time I have more clarity on the situation and I'm able to communicate it effectively what I'm feeling. And after staying for a year that I shouldn't have stayed, everything happens for a reason, but like I personally feel like I stunted my growth by staying in a place that I was not genuinely happy in. You can pretend and you can try and you can force yourself to fit into a puzzle that was just never made for you. Like I feel as though I have no business being there right now, and I think that my life is changing and I'm going to embrace the change instead of denying it. A good friend of mine has always said the quote, change is felt before it's seen. That statement holds so much weight because I really think change is felt before it's seen. Like you just feel it, you just know, and then you have to implement what you feel based off what no, you can't explain it. You can't I can't explain it. I can't obtain it. Jesus, your love is so amazing. It gets me high up to the sky, and when I think about your goodness, it makes me wanna stomp. Like that's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. Like I'm so okay. I'm done. I'm free. What's that Beyonce song? Ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up and your heart's in the right place. That's how I feel. Everything is a song for me. But yeah, to genuinely though, I can understand like to some people this is not a big deal, like making a transition. You would genuinely be shocked at how big of a deal that this is. I'm choosing my happiness and I'm leaving a place that is not serving me and it's not fulfilling me and it's not making my cup runneth over. Your cup should be running over. You shouldn't be trying to scrape the last drop of water from this cup. Like if you're supposed to give people your overflow. I don't have any flow. I have nothing. I have nothing. No, but I have nothing left to give to that place. Maybe God will bring me back there. I hope not. But he's the master planner. I don't have to plan. I don't have to plan. He plans. So, saying all that to say, bro, I gotta get out of there, bro. That place is terrible. I gotta get out, and so I am. I can. I have had the option. And it's so crazy when you sit and you think about like what are you unhappy about and like what is wrong with your let me dial it back. Hold on. And there's not gonna be any cuts in this because I don't feel like editing. This is just straight off the dome. This is like a domer. Um More oftentimes than not, when you're unhappy, it has to do with environment. This is my personal belief. I think it has to do with the environment. So change your environment. like, and think about what you can do to change your environment. Sometimes it's going to take some time to change your environment. It might take 6 months. But if you really, really don't want to be in the place you are, take those 6 months and change it. I did this for a year, bro. Another year. I was there for one full year and hated it. And then I was like, let me leave. I left. I came back because I was convinced and I thought that, okay, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. I cut my hair. I changed my music taste. I changed my style. I changed my major. I made all these changes. And yet, while I was okay and I was able to function, I was able to survive. I was able to survive, but I was not able to live. There is a difference between living and surviving. If you're surviving, you can only survive for so long. Life is not meant to hurt you so much in an unbearable way that you can't get up. If that's happening to you, baby, leave where you're at. Like, think about it like this. If you're in a relationship with someone and it starts to become bad and terrible over and over and over, you're arguing, you hate him, her, them, you hate whoever you're with, and you're starting to have these terrible arguments, you can stick it through, you can fight, and you could, try and cling on to what you have. But after a certain point, it's like, okay, let's stop doing this because it's not going to work. You keep breaking up and coming back, breaking up and coming back. expecting something to change. But the thing that needs to change is the relationship. You don't need to be in one. And that is how I feel about that school, that environment, and that place. I keep trying to make these changes to make everything fit and feel right, but it never is going to feel right because it's not right. There's so many things that we're trying so hard to do because that's what society tells us. That's what the norm is. That's what makes our parents proud. That's what makes other people proud. But like, are you making yourself proud? Are you proud of you? Do you like yourself? Can you wake up in the mirror every day and be like, wow, I love who I'm looking at. Wow, I love who I am. Wow, I love where I am. All these things. I pray that this mic is picking up this feed because I'm just talking and talking and talking. And if this doesn't work, maybe the message was never meant to be heard. But you know, truthfully, choose you. Choose you, bro. Just choose you. Like, for me, I believe in God 100% with all of my heart. And what the craziest part about this is like, when I was at this place that I wasn't supposed to be, I felt like I was losing touch with God. And I talk to God quite often, okay? We have conversations. Me and Jesus are like this, you know? And I felt like me and Jesus was like this. And I was like, why are me and Jesus like this when we used to be like this? And it's like the longer I stayed in that place, the further I strayed. And it was just like, I thought that it was something that was wrong with me. I thought, oh my gosh, like, I'm losing touch with God. Like, I feel like the terrible, most worst, ugly, like, stupid person ever. But the problem was my environment. I needed to not be there. And like, I knew this. And now I'm not going to get into this because this is more personal for me and I don't like to share this part online, but hey, maybe he's calling me to do so. But I have dreams quite often that tell me like where I should be going or what life should be informed, like what I should be learning, and kind of like dreams that show me I say the future, but that's very loose. That's a loose way to put it. That's like an earthly way to explain that. So I had a dream a long time ago that told me to leave this place. I don't know why I didn't do it, but hey, I did, and then I got convinced to go back. But story for another day. Anyway, basically, in the dream, I knew that it was time for me to leave. And the dream did say you always leave too early. So maybe I was 1 year too early to the vision. And I left too early and I was not able to fully understand and really hear what I was being told that I must do. And I wanted to start recording and documenting this journey because now I see that there's an important reason why I've experienced what I've experienced. And there's this online perception that I have of myself that I guess I'm responsible for building. I feel like the perception of me is that I'm like cool or weird, you know, either or. There are people who like me and there are people who don't. And I think I was so worried about like what people would think about me when they had even more information and like access to knowledge about who I was. And that thought terrified me because when you know more about somebody, you can think more and you have more knowledge to base your opinion on. And I don't like to give people knowledge about me. I don't like to give anyone that much. I am a generally nice person. Generally, yeah. Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe that didn't make sense. It's late. I don't care. I'm a nice person, I feel. I'm kind and I will express my kindness. I'm an extrovert, but I have boundaries, a lot of them. And I'm starting to learn that more and more about myself. And I've been trying to express these boundaries. And it's weird because I built a TikTok following and it's only 13K. So it's not like crazy. But I built this following and I feel like when I was younger, I was so open online and I shared so many details about my life that when I got older, I realized I don't know why I did that. But that's crazy. And sometimes it makes me feel... Oh, I just got a text from a friend. Sorry. And I might have to handle this. But let me wrap this up because that really concerned me. I don't know if you saw like the drop in my expression, but that genuinely concerned me. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Bro, do I have ADHD? Like swirl. Like I cannot remember for the life of me and I'm not going to try to. So next topic. Choose yourself, love yourself, and always follow God. I just feel like it's literally that simple. And Stop staying in places you're not happy in. And I know that it's so, a lot of people have this perception that like you have to stick it through. And I think sometimes you do have to learn. You have to like fight. You have to fight for what you like care about and what you believe in and what you want to do. And sometimes it will be hard, but it won't make you want to hurt yourself, you know? It won't make you want to like, and not like self-harm. I mean like, you're actively hurting yourself if you're choosing a life that's not making you happy. That's hurting yourself. Do you care about yourself? Do you love yourself? Like, I do. Like, I love me. I've learned to love me, and that's what I learned. What I learned. Instead of like, what did I lose? Ask yourself, what did you learn? Because I learned that like I need to listen to God, and I learned that I need to lock in. I need to do what I said I was going to do. I need to be more intentional with my actions. The reason why I was all over the place for so long, I said I was going to do so many things for so long, and I've told all these people all this stuff, and I had all these plans. And the reason why they always fell through is because I was in environments that I shouldn't have been, and I wasn't locked in. Like, lock in. Your destiny's waiting for you. So they say. And I'm choosing to lock in. I'm locked in. I'm locked and loaded, twin. I used to not even be able to dye my hair pink. This feels so natural. I bet you didn't even notice my hair was pink. I feel so good. I was on a search for a boyfriend for so long. I wanted to be loved and I wanted to be validated. And now that I'm experiencing this and I'm going through all that I'm going through, I realize that what I love is my destiny. I love my family. I love my destiny. I love my journey. I love my path. I love God. I love these things, and these things sustain me. And a relationship won't sustain me. It should add to what I already have. And I think that my quest for a relationship came for the need to feel loved and desired. But I don't really need that much attention when I'm in the place that I'm supposed to be in. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like I was looking for something to supplement the lack of love that was in my life. If there's a lack of love, you have to figure out why that is. I feel I would walk on campus. Genuinely, I would walk on campus, bro. And I would be like, okay, like I have to perform. Every day would feel like a performance. And it felt like a performance because the school that I went to, like, this is just my opinion. If you're not dressed up, like, I guess I set the standard, so it's like low-key my fault. I set a standard for what's expected of how I would dress, so that is my bad. But, and freshman year, I will note this, I did not repeat an outfit. I don't know how I did it. I've only repeated an outfit, like lounging outfits, but I never repeated an outfit to class. I may have worn the same pants, but never with the same shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? That took work. But I don't know why I did that, because I didn't get a trophy. And do you see what I mean? In my environment, I adapted to the cultural norm, and it was that you had to dress up or else you wouldn't get respect. Your outfit defines the conversations you have. Why does your outfit define the conversations you have? Do y'all like people, or do you just like clothes? Because I'm curious now. Y'all treat people like dirt, and at least that outfit's good though. You know? That's crazy. That's crazy. I never understood that. I'm like, bro, who cares? I love fashion. I make clothes. I don't even care that much. I feel like fashion has the power to equip you emotionally to handle your day. But y'all feel like fashion has the power to get you clout and social capital, which is calm love, I guess. Like, that's chill, but, you know, like, that's a choice. That's a choice. And I am not making that choice. Ever since I was a kid, I've been legit. But ever since I was a kid, I would just dress up. I was wearing, and if anybody from elementary school or middle school, well, middle school was uniform, so it doesn't really count, but anybody from elementary school, if you are watching this video, please comment. I used to wear a bow tie and suspenders every day for 2 years straight. Bow tie, suspenders, and cuffed pants with a shirt tucked in. It was tucked in, bro. I was a freak. Like, I was weird, but I didn't care because that's just how I wanted to outwardly express myself. And that's what it's about. It's about expression, and it's about being yourself. We've come so far, but we know nothing. How have we come so far, but we know nothing? It's the basic things. It's the bare minimum. And I don't know if it's TikTok that's making... I just don't like the way fashion is right now. And I'm just going to say it. I don't like it. I've never liked it. And like, I cannot agree with what we're doing with fashion right now. Sheen hauls. Get that off my page. Get that away from me. Sheen hauls, bro, shut up. Like, no. Now, on the other hand, I understand buying from Sheen because clothes are expensive. But do you know why they're expensive? Because it takes so much work to make. And I feel like as a society, we've made people feel like they won't get respected if they're not wearing a certain brand or type of outfit. Therefore, these people are thinking that they have to buy massive amounts of clothes that they're only going to wear once, that are so poorly made that you put them in the washer one time, they fall apart. Bro, I make clothes. Sorry, I'm getting irritated. And when I get irritated, I have to sit. It takes time to make quality clothes. Be mindful of what you're buying when you buy clothes, because there are people, they're not most clothes, unless it's a machine made, it's knitwear, are handmade. 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 What you're wearing, handmade. Even if you don't like it that much or it's cheap, it was still handmade, just cheaply. And if your clothes are cheap, imagine how much the person who made your clothes got paid for it. You have a job at McDonald's right now. Let's say you have a job at McDonald's right now. And bear with me because numbers are about to be involved and I haven't practiced this at all. So let me take my time with this one, okay? Walk with me slowly because I think I have a good point. You work at McDonald's and you're making burgers, right? The burger, the double quarter pounder meal, $13.49, somewhere in that range. Don't ask me how I know. I love the double quarter pounder, by the way. That's my meal. With a 6-piece nugget and a large Coke. Ooh, I'm hungry. But, hi, hungry, I'm Jay. Bro's laughing at his own jokes because he has no audience. Hello? I look, you gotta give it to myself for that one. That was funny. Come on, that was funny. All right. Anyway, whatever, bro. I thought it was funny. Anyway, you work at McDonald's. The burger you just made, come low, $10.49. Let's say you worked for. Okay, so honestly, as I'm thinking about this, the numbers are getting really. It's I'm smart, but after a certain time, I shut it off so that my brain can recharge. Because I can only give myself a certain. Hey, listen. I'm just saying, imagine you work at a job that you have to make food and you get paid by the hour. And as you're getting paid by the hour, bro, I sound stupid. I can't. I'm just trying to say, imagine you didn't get paid for the quality of work that you put in. And, you're making a bunch of stuff and it's, cheap. Of course it's cheap. But you make the quarter pounder costs, $10.49. But imagine it costed, $2 one day. And so the only amount of sales that you made, and you only sold 5, and they made, let's see, the company made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They made 10 burgers, and it was all $10. Wait, they made 5 burgers, and it was $10, right? This is, so stupid. And it was $10. Bro, I just can't. And the problem is I'm not going to cut this out because I just want to be real and honest. So I'm struggling so bad with these numbers. I'm a visual person. I have to see this. I'm not somebody who can just do math in their head. I have to see what I'm talking about. Wow. Give me a pencil, now. Okay, I have a pencil. Trust, once I get this written down, though, I got you, though. Okay. 5 burgers equal $10. Okay. You get paid $12 an hour. They make 5 burgers every hour. This is just an example. They make 5 burgers every hour. So that's $50. And you worked, so 12 times 5, I think that's 60? 7. Is 12 times 5 60? I think that's 60. Yeah, 12, 24. Yeah, that's 60. You made $50, but you want to get paid $60. Do you see how that's not enough money? Oh my God, I ate. Bro, I figured it out. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so here's the equation. I've cooked. And this is another thing too. Like, let people mess up. Like, let people mess up. Because I just messed up. And like, let me mess up, you know? I'm human. I never said I was perfect. I didn't say I was a mathematician. Y'all be so hard on people nowadays. Bro, who cares? Like, why are y'all so strict? It got so strict. Like, now, granted, if you get on TikTok and you start talking about like court cases like you're a lawyer and you have no degree and you have no information and you're spreading misinformation, now that's when y'all need to be strict. Y'all let people come up on this app and every app and anything and spread misinformation and then you just like listen to it. Now, this is a subsection because I can't continue one single thought. And we'll get back to the McDonald's analogy. But I really want to talk about the influx of people who have now come into TikTok, and I feel like it was it took them a while to get there, but it's like a certain demographic, and I'm not gonna specify what demographic because if you know who I'm talking about, who don't respect women, and they don't respect anybody that's not them, and they just come on apps and they start talking about court cases and misinformation and people who aren't doing blank 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 blank. And it's so interesting to see how these people just think, like, because they don't, you know? And I know this is coming from the guy who couldn't figure out how to, McDonald's equation burger, but, like, I never said I was a mathematician So, like, there's no expectation of that. But these people will come on an app talking about a court case. For example, Young Thug tweeted that Kid Cudi was a rat. He was a rat for reporting, I'm not even going to say his name, Diddy. He was a rat, bro. He was a rat. And then there's like thousands of like young boys, not men, in the comments talking about yeah, bro, he was for real. He was a rat? He was a rat? Do you know what you're saying? I'm going to split that into two. Bro, a rat? Bro, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? A rat? I'm confused. A federal subpoena. It's not like he just came in there and started talking about Diddy. We're talking about Diddy. And he's a rat? Why would we want to keep him safe? Like, he's a danger to society. Thank God there's a rat. Bro, yeah, I would hope so. He's a danger to society. What? Yeah, we need the rat. Bro, what? Like, do you want him free? Diddy? Need I say more? So that's all I'm going to say on that for like the rest of my life. I'm never going to mention it ever again because I'm low-key terrified. So I'm moving on from that topic. Back to what I was saying though, McDonald's analogy. You want to get paid $60. Ooh, I sound like a star test. If you're not from Texas, I just look it up. You want to get paid $60 because you've worked $12 an hour. $12 an hour. You worked 5 hours, so that would mean you get paid $60. Each burger you made was $2, and you made 5 every hour. 5 burgers every hour is $10. Okay? So, you've worked for 5 hours, so 5 times 10 is 50. The cost of the burgers is so low, and of course people are buying those cheap burgers. Like, yeah, I'd buy it. Well, I wouldn't buy a cheap burger. I'm sorry, because if it's cheap for a reason. Which is another thing I need to realize. If it's cheap for a reason, bro. If it's cheap for a reason. There's like, hello, you're paying for quality. Quality things cost money. That's why they're quality. Hello? But $50 and you want to get paid $60. It's a $10 difference. You're not getting paid what you deserve. So the next time you walk around in a little Shein outfit, think about the 5-year-old who just made your clothes and you're walking around in them and you're doing Shein hauls and your clothes are going to fall apart next week. Then you're going to have to order again. And that's how they got you. now you're being scammed for an outfit that won't last you. And it's also a chop. So I never really critique on people's outfits because I don't think it's my place to critique on what somebody's wearing because they chose to wear it and I'm not wearing it myself unless they're on a red carpet. I don't know why y'all be critiquing people's outfits who didn't ask for your opinion. Like they genuinely didn't ask. But that Shein is usually a chop. Now every now and then Shein eats. I will not lie. They do eat. I give people their props when they're due. But they're also cheap and they don't pay their employees enough, and that's child labor, and you should think about that critically before you wear it. Everything in the world is corrupt, so before you come with me saying, oh my gosh, well, you wear it, you do. I didn't say I didn't do anything. I just don't shop at Shein, and that's what we're critiquing right now, and that's what you need to worry about, okay? So hit dogs will holler. If you get mad at me, holler somewhere else because I'm not listening, babe, all right? And I feel like I've gotten into a lot of great topics today. I don't care, actually, if anybody likes it or not, because I released a lot, and I feel pretty good. And now that I'm, like, done talking, I'm low-key like, wow, I'm drained. I need to go to sleep. This is a Yapatron. Like, oh, my gosh. But to conclude my statement, life is so much more fun when you are not in pursuit of perception of, like, someone else, you know? Like, if I'm not worried about how future hus will perceive me, or somebody I don't like will perceive me, or somebody I do like if I'm not worried about that perception to my full extent, you should care a little about how people think of you, because you shouldn't be a terrible person. You should care. But if I'm not worried about that, then I will lead a happier life. And it's so crazy how, like, when you just rewire your brain, you can literally do anything. So just rewire your brain. Just shut up and live, bro. LIVIN. And you really just gotta choose peace, and you gotta choose your path. And I've chosen peace, and I've chosen my path. And I hope it rewards me. And if it doesn't, we just gotta pivot. We never lose, we just learn. So that's pretty much all I have to say today. It's the only way. It's the right way. It's the nirel way. So have a good day. Hey, and I'm a rhyme all day. Hey, every day I pray. Hey, my name is J to the A to the I to the RNIREL. Do you know that smell? It smells like vanilla and cocoa. I'm about to show you I'm loco. Do you know I took this photo? Cause I can show you a photo. Hey! Whoa. Anyway, I'm off there. Bye, Ashley. All right. Bye, y'all. Love you.